Hello everybody, we are back once again with NXN, back into the world of Injustice 2 with a guide for the guilds. A few people have been showing interest in these and not quite understanding what they're all about, so I am here to help you through this journey. Whether you have recently joined one or whether you're setting one up, we're here to give you all the scoops. The maximum once you've hit a certain level cap is 50 members, which is kind of a pain, but you'll kind of learn to deal with it. So, step one, we go into, when you're setting up, we're going to need a name. We're going to have a select banner where you can select your icon. You can select your flair. You will get more as you earn more trophies, which I'll get to in a bit. You can have a message of the day that you can set up. You can have a guild tag that just kind of appears. Guild motto, a short, sweet sentence, just to kind of give everybody what the deal is. Recruitment status. This is kind of important and a bit ambivalent as well. It's a bit kind of open-ended. You can have free join, which is somebody hits apply, they are instantly accepted. Private, which is just locked down completely, nobody in, you know, people can still leave, but nobody in. And open, where people can apply, but a officer or the founder has to accept them. You can also select level requirements, change ownership if you're ready, if you want to leave and hand the reins over to somebody else. Just to the left here is where the applicants go. Also up on the top here, you can see your ranking, your daily GP as a guild in your total trophies, as well as that message of the day. Also, take a look out for the arrow on the screen right now, which is the ID tag. That is the thing that people will have to search to find you. If you want to give your mates a clan tag and kind of guild up together in a private little group, that is the code you are going to have to give people. As you can see on the left here, we have the people in green are officers. I'm yellow. I don't know if that just means that I'm me or whether that I'm the owner, to be honest. You can see all the members from all different walks of life. And you can highlight another player, you can push X to view their hero card. You can also, if you look down the bottom there, you can promote them to being an officer, which basically gives them the equal abilities you do. They can kick people, they can change the banner, they can change the message of the day, things like that. You also have a nice handy chat board here, you know, just to keep everybody up to date, or if you want anything, or if you want advice on anything. You can send a gear link as well if you press triangle. Sadly, this isn't gear sharing, but, you know. But it can say, oh look, I've got this wonderful piece of gear, bump, and you can post it for the world to see. Sweet. Loot. Type it in, post it up, and then anybody can see what it is. They can highlight it and have a look at it. On the right here, down the bottom right-hand corner there, you can see daily challenges across the guild. They've got a weekly challenge, which is usually something fairly large. In this case, open guild mother boxes as a guild between the lot of you, which is doable. The daily challenges, throw 200 environmental interactables as a guild. Obviously, the bigger the guild and the more active player base you have, the easier these are all going to become. You do also have, if you bump across with R1 or the right bumper equivalent, sorry, I've been playing mainly on PlayStation, you can see the activity, you can see the bosses that have gone down, you can see the achievements that your guild has made, you can see who's left, who's joined, who's been promoted, you can see the state of your trophies if you bump along again. These are static trophies, but they'll increase in difficulty and level. You know, how many players hit the daily guild cap for contributions? How many people did we complete the guild multiverse, which we'll get to in a bit? The online battles, you know, if you've got a few people that are dedicated online players, perfect. You know, if you've got a good mix in your group, then that is wonderful. As you can see, we've kind of made a dent on most things. A bump across again, you can see how you're stacking up compared to the leaderboard. 72-hour guild points. We've done well, we're 715, but, you know, some people are really putting in the work. You can see how they're doing, you can see who created them, you can see their recent trophies just by having a look at them. But the bread and butter of the event is the guild multiverse. These buffs, by the way, will fill out as you complete each one of the for the sake of argument, I'm going to call them towers. So you come in here. This week's one is called Anguish on Earth 1221. So you can see, I'll get to some of the more complicated things. Spend requirements. So each player has to spend 2,000 credits to be able to take part in that. Now, in total, between the guild, we have to complete that 10 times to complete that, and then we will get a buff back on the screen that we mentioned. If people are attacking guild multiverses at the same time, if we have 10 active members, then you'll get a perk. If you get 25 active members in this multiverse at the same time, you'll get a perk. Same with 40 active members in this multiverse. Just the normal multiverse won't count. It'll have to be the guild, and they'll have to be in a battle. So what do we have? For your limits, then push them further by battling 7 superpowered superheroes. And we need 30 people to do that, but it's a slightly smaller tower. 2, what do we need to do? Complete more mischief as an event as a guild, which is that one over there. So you've got to unlock one by doing that. You've got ones over here. Sacrifice common or better gear. So you push X, and it'll bring up this familiar screen. So you can come over here. You can push triangle to mark the items, or Y on the Xbox. And just kind of bumper through. Mark a couple of items, and then push X, and it'll go, are you sure you want to do this? And it will sacrifice, and it will add to the cumulative total. You don't have to kick in, you solely do not have to kick in 250 pieces of gear. Just between the lot of you, you do. So, in our case, it would be an amount each. I can't do math at this point. 5, I think. We then have the boss battles, which are a absolute highlight of the guild, and I'm going to have to cut to a pre-recorded footage on this to give you the conversations further on that. Okay, so we are back in the audio here, and hopping about, I received an invite to come and join in a guild boss event. When you highlight the boss event, it will give you the option of going either solo or with a team. So as you can see, I found my friend who sent me the invite, and I was the last one to join. Now at this point, you pick your personal fighter. This does not make any difference on like what perks you get or abilities you get aside from the standard your character. Okay, so first up, we start at the top and we work our way down. So first up is I Am Dickens, Black Adam, taking on the boss of the week that was Cheetah. Now as you can see, there are meters following up on the other 2 players. Pandemic and myself, NXNDJ, have these slowly building meters that are perks and abilities that we can throw into the battlefield to help him out. So say for instance one of us just threw a Hawk Girl assist, which was like a little boomerang. You can see those little hearts, and the green is for the super. There are napalm rockets that we can throw in there. Obviously I Am Dickens can't send his in at the minute because he's in the fight. So as you can see, they throw in there, and it just adds this wonderful element of teamwork to things, because realistically in a one-on-one fight with Cheetah with high difficulty and 8,000 health points, things can get tricky. But you kind of have to be a little bit tactical and just kind of save until they're needed. If they've got a full super, there's no point throwing out the super meter. But since he's just used the super meter, and sadly Cheetah blocked it, now would be a good time to throw him some more. Sadly, it ended up in the corner, which is just one of those things you cannot predict. It is sort of randomly distributed along the field. It's usually in the field of vision. You see the Hawk Girl assist slowing Cheetah down on that attack. And the napalm rockets as well. You know, in a normal fight, you do, despite what it says on the screen, you do only get 1 health bar. You'll see it yourself. Oh, sad whiff. But once this Black Adam has gone, then we tagged in our ringer. Now, this was like day 2 of the game coming out. And SMD Pandemic's Atrocitus is just a monster. But as you can see, IMK now has a different set of abilities. So the Hawk Girl assist is gone. I'm not quite sure what the top one is, actually. I'm kind of waiting for him to throw it. I think this was his first time in there, so he hadn't experienced one before. And trust me, the first time you go in there, it is kind of like, what do the buttons do? You know, it's a little bit different to the emote system from Days Gone. We'll let this fight roll out a little bit. There we go, he'd worked out the button, the Arsenal assist, a load of rockets come running down, gifting the supers, gifting the health. You see, setting on fire for that additional damage and that burn thing. And if you hit them with it, they can combo off it, they can combo into it, they can do all sorts. It can be a real difference maker. If you're all sitting there with headsets, I imagine you could do a lot of damage with the player calling the assists. I mean, we were just particularly lucky that this man is in our guild, because the damage was just ridiculous. But this is pretty much the guide to the guilds. Cheap plug time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you're thinking of Injustice 2. Let us know if I'm missing anything, because I'm always keen to learn more on this stuff. I really am. You know, some people are like, oh no, you're proving me wrong, I don't like it. Nah, every day's a school day. Let me know if you want more guides on this sort of thing. Let me know. I'm just kind of stalling for time here. Don't forget, by the way, to like, comment, subscribe. Show some love and message some of these brilliant people on the PlayStation, by the way, and just sort of say, I saw your Atrocitus in this guy's guide to guilds, and it was absolutely beastly. But there we go, guys. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You usually get a diamond box from the end of these as well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You know how YouTube works. Ring the bell at the bottom to get notifications every time we go live. And until next time, take care. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.